I just want to talk to you about a book, Supercharged Teams by Pam Hamilton. This is a great book, and the subtitle is 30 Tools of Great Teamwork, and that is exactly what this book is. It's ram-packed of really practical little recipes and processes that you can follow to sort of help your team kind of work well. It's organised not as a random dump of 30 tools, but into these themes, these issues that teams face. How do you choose your team? How do you find more time? How do you set goals? How do you find what goals you want to achieve? How do you find your motivation as a team? How do you agree what you're going to deliver and when? How do you set ways of working? How do you deal with conflict? How do you get support from leaders? And how do you engage your stakeholders? And finally, how do you build a new culture? And at the end, there's a little nod to what's the future of a team look like as, you know, the world of hybrid is coming on us. It's a book that I, in a very small part, contributed to. Some conversations I had with Pam, and in the section on conflict, I'm going to read you the part, which says, Richard Watkins, an expert in team dynamics and collaboration, says that a difficult individual is often a gift. In his work, he likes to think of the group as one system, where each person plays a part in the whole. Often, a decent proportion of people avoid bringing any conflicts or problems to the surface, so a difficult team member can be seen as a kind of early warning signal. What at first looks like one person's drama might be a sign of something bubbling beneath the surface that needs to be addressed. So, instead of jumping to blame, it could be a good time to understand what that person brings that is useful. Now, it's a point and it's embedded in this chapter on conflict, although I would say it applies much wider to that. And it's an idea that comes from Gestalt Psychology. I just want to give you a little example of this. I was coaching a team last year, and one of the members of the team was kind of really frustrated and voicing their frustration because, as they saw it, their role wasn't super clear. And so it was difficult for them to perform in their role because exactly what was expected of them kind of was encroached by a few other people on the team. Now, what we could have done is dived into the drama of this particular individual and tell stories like, oh, they're always bringing up problems, or they're always pointing out problems, you know, they're quite difficult to manage, they're causing trouble for the team. But actually what we were able to do in that team is to orientate the whole group to a broader conversation that wasn't locked in the individual drama, that was about how's everyone else feeling about role clarity. And it turned out that this was kind of a recurrent theme in the team. And so, but there were other people who were, in a way, dealing with it, just kind of getting on and keeping their heads down. But as soon as it comes to the surface in a way that isn't about that one person's drama, but that's about role clarity in general, we're able to engage in a proper conversation and some coaching for the leader on how do you make it clearer who's responsible for what. So this is a little example in practice of the tip that I put into Supercharged Teams, but really I guess this is just a video to say that Supercharged Teams is out. Pam's written an amazing book that's full of loads of tools and tips. A little point about conflict. I'm actually going to make a separate video that dives a bit deeper into conflict because it's an area that I've become a little fascinated with, and especially how do we see conflict as a natural and healthy part of teams, not a problem to be fixed. But yeah, Supercharged Teams, 30 tools of great teamwork. It's out now. Happy reading.